Betrayal beyond belief, she cheated. But what happened next shattered me. I never thought I'd be this guy. The guy writing a Reddit post. Heart ripped out. Sanity hanging by a thread. 2 months. That's all that stood between my fiancé and I in our wedding day. A day we dreamed of 4 years. Then, the bomb dropped. My fiancé, let's call her Play, 26, and I, both Indian but born and raised in the US, had navigated cultural differences, long-distance stretches thanks to my doctorate program in another state, and everything else life threw our way. I was working as a nurse at a hospital while trying to juggle school. We seemed unbreakable. This is a tale of how something I never considered possible absolutely destroyed me. The other guy, the AP, was a co-worker of Play's. I never felt any red flags. He even seemed like a good dude. His wife and he gave Play and me Christmas gifts one year. Everything appeared normal. During Valentine's week, Play was with me, and things were amazing. I remember not giving anything that followed a second thought. Even when she suggested we watch a movie the co-worker recommended. The fateful day began innocently enough. Play texted me that she was getting brunch with her co-worker. No big deal. Right? They were friends. And I trusted her implicitly. Fast forward a week, and a subtle shift occurred. Play's texts became less frequent. When I pointed it out, she brushed it off as stress from school and work. Lies. It was so much worse than that. February 28th is a date forever etched in my memory. Play called me that night, her voice trembling, and uttered words that shattered my world. I never thought I could love more than one person at the same time. The co-worker, the AP, had confessed his feelings. She claimed this all went down suddenly the night before, February 27th, and created a huge mess. They've met at a bar to discuss the state of their relationship. Apparently, the bar's bathroom was out of order. So Play, bless her heart, suggested he use the bathroom in her place. She insisted. She said no. I wanted to believe her. More on that later. She also claimed the AP's wife confronted her that same night. It was a mess. I don't have all the details of that confrontation. Play swore she loved me, that she'd broken off contact with the AP, and that she wished she'd never met him. I was reeling. I needed time to process. I started texting her less. We had a venue booked for December 2024. Vendor secured the works. She was supposed to go home to pick up her wedding dress the first weekend of March. But suddenly, she wasn't in the right mindset. Her family noticed the change in behavior. After a few days of agonizing, I convinced myself it was just a kiss. And she said she broke it off so it was over. We could work through this. We needed couples counseling. We needed to pause all wedding plans. I asked if we could talk again on Saturday, March 2nd. We talked, and I laid it all out. No wedding planning for now. We need therapy and to slow down. Then I asked the question that changed everything. Can we at least have limited contact? She hesitated. I realize now she just didn't want me to realize the extent of her actions and feel shame. I didn't want her to feel isolated, especially since she'd supposedly cut ties with the AP. What a fool I was. The next 2 weeks were a blur. My parents came to stay with me after I told them everything. They were heartbroken for me. Despite our different religious backgrounds, I was raised Christian. They were a great support. Friends came down as well. I was torn between giving Play another chance and walking away. If we were to reconcile, I needed access to our communications and to find a therapist to speak to for couples counseling. I broached the idea of reconciliation with my parents 2 nights before our scheduled call. They were vehemently against it. Then, my mom dropped a bombshell. She revealed that Play's mom had told her that the AP was at Play's apartment, while Play's parents were confronting her about the affair. I was floored. She said she ended the relationship. He was there when her parents were confronting her. I texted Play that night while she was at work, "Is AP's name living with you?" Her first response, "Why are you asking that?" I wasn't thrilled with that initial response because it was a simple yes or no question, and I had a right to know. Eventually, she admitted that he was only there initially for her support, but that he was now living with her, after the confrontation with her parents. Living with her. It was beyond disrespectful. My simple explanation was that the affair partner ruined our relationship. Her response was, "Stop, please." Apparently, She ruined him and his marriage. What about me? What about us? She was prioritizing the guy she'd known for a few months over the person she promised to marry. I mentioned in my call earlier that week that I wanted to try reconciliation. Her response was that even if I did want to work on it, it wouldn't have been the same as before. She begged me not to say that and to stop saying that. I wanted closure. Some kind of understanding. She acknowledged that she messed up. Despite telling me this, she still wants to know if I'm okay. She doesn't deserve to know that I'm okay. The cheating was bad enough. But I let myself believe it was a what-I'm thing. I was a fool. Allowing the AP to move in with her was a conscious choice. A slap in the face. And the ultimate disrespect. I told her straight up that she couldn't keep in contact with both of us. She could only contact me if he was out of the apartment. Otherwise, she could F off. Those were the last words I said to her. That was on March 21st, 2024. And I haven't heard from her since. To add insult to injury, I found out from her best friend about a week later that they officially broke it off the day after. The AP was living with her the day after. Who even is she anymore? I can't help her anymore with her problems after what she's done to me. All I can hope for now is that she realizes the mistake she's making by letting him live there. She's just a broken individual right now. Her parents are divorced. You know why? Her dad cheated on her mom. And now, she did the same thing to me. This whole thing feels like power. I'm trying to heal. But the mental imagery of their affair haunts me. I wake up in the middle of the night. Every night. It's torture. I'm grateful for my friends and family, who are keeping me sane. I never thought she was capable of this. Now, for the next chapter in the saga of betrayal, my GF's promotion led to late nights. But not how I thought. Alright, Reddit. Buckle up because this is a wild one. I'm 25M. And my girlfriend, let's call her April, and I met 3 years ago at a party my fraternity threw. I was a bit of a party animal back then, thinking I had it all figured out. When I met April, I honestly thought it would be a hookup. Nothing more. But there was something different about her. We started dating, committed to each other, and graduated. Both of us found jobs. Eager to climb the ladder, April wasn't happy with her job. She felt overlooked and disrespected. Some of the tasks she was doing seemed disrespectful compared to things some of the other employees. Her hard work eventually paid off. Her boss offered her a promotion with a raise. At first, it didn't seem like she would be spending a lot of late nights at the office, but every so often, I would get a text message saying that she wouldn't be coming home for dinner. I believed everything she said when she told me she was working. A couple of months later, her company organized a conference for work, which was going to be in Los Angeles. She was always talking about the places she wanted to visit. We had talked about vacationing there together. I suggested that it could be fun for me to take the time off work and join her. But she told me that we couldn't afford the lost time. I was just happy for her that she was finally going to get to go. A few days before she left, we got into a small argument about our relationship. So I confronted her about it. She was defensive, claiming she had to work harder to get where she was. Our different upbringings have been a point of contention with us in the past. I've been fortunate to have familial connections in my industry. Grew up in an upper-class household, and could afford good schools. April didn't have any of that, and she'd often throw it in my face as if I didn't deserve my accomplishments. After the argument, things were a little tense, but she promised we'd talk more when she returned. I decided to let her enjoy her time. Before she left, she told me she would call me every night in California. I looked forward to it, wanting to hear about her adventures. The first night, she called and gave me a rundown of her day. The next night, I waited by the phone, but she didn't call. I texted her but didn't get a reply until the morning. She said she passed out and didn't set an alarm. I accepted it since she gave me no reason to doubt that story. The following night, she didn't call again. I felt foolish waiting. I got invited to a party a friend was throwing. I didn't talk to her for the entire 5 days she was in California. I was excited for her to come home, but it almost seemed like she didn't want anything to do with me. The distance between us seemed to have tripled. I tried to talk to her, but she didn't want to talk at all. It was frustrating. So I turned to the internet for answers. Everything pointed to her being with someone else. I didn't want to believe she was cheating, but I had to rule it out. The tough part was figuring out how to ask her about it. I looked through her pictures and recent messages, but didn't find anything alarming. Then, I searched for keywords that might tip me off. When I typed in the word together, I found something. I was able to read from the snippets of text that there was somebody who had recently messaged her about wanting to be together. I clicked on the messages and read through all of them. I didn't recognize the man she had been texting. It turned out that they've been sleeping together for some time. He was asking her when she was going to leave me. I didn't know if she had told him that she planned to, or if he was just assuming. I decided to make it easier for her and break up with her. It was clear that she didn't want me to go to California with her, because she planned on spending the week with the other man. It all made sense why she hadn't been available to talk to me. I was heartbroken initially. It was the last thing I expected her to do when I was shocked to find out she was cheating. When I read about other people in similar situations online, I assumed that it just wouldn't happen to me. From their messages, I knew how hard she worked to get where she was in her company. A couple of nights passed, and I played it cool. I stopped pressuring her to talk about the distance and just accepted it. One evening, she texted me after 30 p.m., saying she was staying late at work. She was staying late at work to sleep with this man. I replied that it was okay, and I would put a plate aside for her in the microwave for her to heat up. I took that opportunity to find proof that she was cheating on me. No employer wanted to work with people that were having sex in the office. So I thought if I could get some evidence, I could show it to her boss. I walked into her office, and the building was pretty much empty aside from a janitor. My girlfriend's office was practically empty. After a minute of snooping, I found her and her affair partner in what was very clearly their boss's office. If I had been worried that their relationship wasn't going to get them both fired before, I knew right away proof of them sleeping together in his office. I took a couple of pictures. I got the boss's information from the company's website and contacted him. After a few days, he called me and asked to see the evidence I had mentioned. I brought it to his office. My girlfriend was surprised to see me and tried to pull me in for a friendly hug. Her boss just glared at her and asked her to sit down before dismissing me from the office. She had no idea I even knew about the affair before that. I ended things with her in front of all of her coworkers and told her I wanted her out of the apartment. She tried to play it off like it was her decision because she wanted to be with the other man anyway. It's been about 6 months since all of that happened and I haven't heard from them. We have mutual friends from college. She's been doing online insurance sales in the meantime. As far as they know, it didn't work out with the other guy. Now that you've heard everything, I need your honest opinions. Based on what I've shared, do you think I handled the situations with Play and April correctly? Should I have approached things differently? Did I make the right decision to end both relationships? Especially considering the complex situation with Play and our planned wedding. I'm still grappling with the emotional fallout, and your insights would be incredibly valuable as I continue to process these experiences. Any advice or perspective you can offer is greatly appreciated as I try to navigate this difficult chapter in my life.